Google searches, first of all, is starting to trend upwards. Okay, so that's good. So we're talking about not just institutional FOMO, but retail FOMO starting to build up. And institutional FOMO is here already. You got all the major banks and big financial people all talking about a record high and FOMO into Bitcoin. What's that about? See, this is the only asset class where the retail got right first and then institutions started coming in. Everything else is like kind of institutional driven, but then like retail follows later. This is Bitcoin was created for people, by the people, but now institutions are FOMOing in. But anyways, so as we get closer to the halving event, what's going to happen? Well, this is going to happen. So from a technical standpoint, we're only 42% away from all-time high, if you think about it. Actually, a little bit less, probably at 41% now. So as daunting as it seems to get back to previous high, we're really not that far off. If we're moving 14% in a week, 40% comes in 3 weeks. That comes really quickly. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention since we talk about it every single day, and so many of you guys do tune in every single day. But for those of you guys that have not been tuning in every day, realize that we're not that far off from our previous high. And we're not even at the halving event. So think about that. We could be at 50, 60,000. We could be at all-time high before we even hit the halving event. Think about it, right? So things are moving really quickly already. In case you guys have not been paying attention, we are moving up really, really quickly. So me talking about a FOMO train, a massive rally, all these things, it's happening. It's happening already. So pay attention because we're getting closer and closer to halving event. Only 66 days away. Okay, and we're at 48,300, right? 48,300. Where will we be in 66 days? Well, that leads me to where this massive FOMO rally is coming. As we get closer, the supply shock, the buying, the price pumps is going to get more aggressive all around. We got some numbers from last Friday in terms of the ETF inflows. Yes, 541.5 million. That probably, outside of the first few days, the strongest inflow we have seen so far. $500 million of Bitcoin went into the ETFs. Okay, remember, I've said this. There's a compounding effect here, okay? Because there's so much Bitcoin being eaten up, of course, it's causing a supply shock, which of course causes the price to go up, which of course causes more people to buy ETFs, which of course causes more supply shock. And then it goes on and on and on and on. And it's starting to build up. Very little is being sold from Grayscale, and a lot is being bought and going into these funds, okay? This is going to be a big thing. Throughout this year and next year, ETFs are going to be huge. There are, I guess the best way to think about it, they are amplifiers, basically. If we have a very good Bitcoin pump, this will amplify even more, okay? Because again, all the institutions that before that never had ability to buy direct Bitcoin or didn't want to now can get exposure. And right now, Bitcoin is leading the way. If you just use history and you look at what is the fastest horse in the race, it's always Bitcoin. In bull runs, nothing comes close to beating Bitcoin as an asset class. It's not even close. And these big institutions are not stupid, okay? They could do a little research or ask ChatGPT to tell them what's the fastest appreciating asset in bull runs. And even AI will say Bitcoin. They're all looking at Bitcoin. So this is going to be a reoccurring thing. This week, we could definitely hit 50 and break above to 52, because if we're starting to get 500 million, 600 million, 800 million, $1 billion inflows every day, think about how fast that's going to add up. There's just not that many Bitcoin to go around. People still don't understand that. There's only so many out there circulating, and you can't print more like the Fed. 77 new wallets with balances over 1,000 Bitcoin have been added in the last 2 weeks alone. Some of it's probably the ETFs, but a lot of it is not. Again, I made this point a lot in this in this video. Grab as much as you can. That's all I can say. Grab as much as you can. The FOMO train has started. We will be at 50,000 in no time. We'll be at 70,000 in no time. And it's only the second week of February in 2024. We're not in June. We're not in October, okay? The year is not close to being finished. We just started. So, think about that. Yesterday was the Super Bowl. A lot of people missed this, but when they showed Beyonce and Jay-Z, guess who was sitting right next to him? Jack Dorsey. See, they try not to zoom in on him, but he was wearing a Satoshi shirt. And I was thinking why he's there with them. And a friend that was with me yesterday said, well, because Jack Dorsey bought that title company from Jay-Z. That's probably why they're hanging out. Okay, so there's a connection there, but we didn't really see any Bitcoin commercials yesterday. I thought maybe there would be like a BlackRock ETF commercial. Nothing really. But we had Jack Dorsey at least for like 5 seconds. And of course, Kansas City won. I predicted that. I'm never wrong about Super Bowls ever. And Joe Biden turned into a Bitcoin maxi. I don't know what this is about, but Joe Biden, somehow this was posted on the official Joe Biden Twitter page. Does this mean that he's a Bitcoin maxi now, or I don't know what else this could stand for. I don't know. Just like we drew it up, I don't know. It almost seems to be a play on maybe people thought that NFL is rigged and Kansas City Chiefs were going to win no matter what because of the tie with Taylor Swift. I don't know if this has anything to do with that, or it has to do with the fact that he's really going to turn into Bitcoin maxi or something else. I don't know. I have no idea at all. But it's making Bitcoin go up, so that's all that matters.